Yeah.
Have you been in Toronto? I think I saw that you were born or you were from originally the west coast of Canada. Have you been in Toronto? Was it for music, and have you been there all your adult life?
Yeah, born in Castlegar, BC, raised in Trail, BC, which is the interior. It's 8 hours in from the coast, but it's still British Columbia. And let's see, been here since about '89. So did a BA and an MBA and worked a business job for Xerox, and then did that in Vancouver. Cancel or transferred to Toronto. Ended up quitting fairly soon. Started a little business, so we were doing that, and then got into the rock and roll thing around '94. So I'm not that I don't go way back. I started basically in '94. My first book was in '93. Started with a magazine in '94. Started interviewing rock stars in '94.
Oh, wow. Because I was going to ask, well, how does a kid from, as you say, the interior get into rock like that? Where do you get your music? Where do you find it?
Yeah, well, I was a crazy rock expert fan since about 11 years old. So,
Yeah.
in Trail, BC, in this small town, but we found out about it through Circus Cream and Hit Parader, and then our big city to buy everything with the legendary record stores was Spokane. So that's only 2 hours and
Oh.
15 minutes directly south from Trail. Trail's pretty much on the border. So there were all the iconic hippie record stores there, like Eucalyptus and Strawberry Jams and Magic Mushrooms and all that stuff. So all the to keep it '80s. My fondest memories were more or less all the new wave of British heavy metal stuff there, all the imports, the singles, with patches in them and stuff like that. And that's where you would get Sounds magazine, and then Kerrang magazine, and off to the races for the '80s stuff.
You think it's the weather that attracts people to metal or something? I don't. I'm trying to. I've often tried to figure out why. It seems like these dark foreboding, like you think of snow, you think of Norway and Sweden and like these death metal bands, and they seem to all come from like cold weather places. Even Seattle, like grunge, that was, that type of thing, like always
Yeah.
rainy, you can't go outside. You think that attracts the heavy metal
I've never
fan?
thought about it that way, and I would say no because Mexico and South America love metal, and Florida's got a huge death metal thing, and of course it was big in the '80s. To keep it '80s again, all of that whole massive hair metal thing from about '83 to '91 is all California based. But I think that the thing that attracts people to metal is I always liken it to the idea of imagine a bunch of guys like crowding around a hot car with the hood open and listening to that engine purr. It's you're seeing a machine in action. Like, it's impressive sounding,
Sure.
whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
It's well crafted and put together, and you can't ignore it. It's like it does sound like a finely tuned hot car.
Uh,
That's very good comparison. I just, who
And
was
what
your,
was your car? Yeah, what was your car of choice in the '80s? What were you driving?
Well, first I had the hand-me-down '72 mustard-colored Toyota Corolla, and
Mustard
then I
is always
had
a good
my own
choice.
baby Mustang. They were called the Toyota Celicas from 1977, the
Mhm.
fastback. Right, it was a nice car.
Mhm.
This is the baby Mustang. It looked like a
Yeah.
little classic Mustang. And then I had a then I when I got out of university, first off, I just went and bought a nice sports car. Essentially, it was a 1985 Toyota Supra, 6-cylinder. So bought that in Hamilton, drove it right across the country, and worked in Vancouver with that. Till I found out it wasn't very good in slush and rain and stuff, because I had big kind of summer slicks on it, and I traded in for a Mazda 626, which was much more conservative, but it was actually a better car. And after that, Camrys, and now I've got a little Cooper Mini, little five door white Cooper Mini.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it British.